Alright you guys, Kiki here, back with another video. Today we are working on the 17 Silverado here. Sorry it's a little dark. It is a little late. Turn up the brightness for you guys. So I'm going to be installing the KSP control arms. We're in the air. Alright, put these aside. First thing I'm going to remove is the two 10mm bolts on top right here that hold, I believe it's the wheel sensor, the TPMS. If not, it's actually the ABS. And I always have a magnet holder off to the side. Keep track of everything. Next, you're going to want to do the tie rod. You're going to need to have some movement in here, so you want to make sure that's going to be free. I believe it's a 19, no, it's a 21. Okay, broke it loose. And for these, you want to make sure you pretty much untighten them almost all the way. And then when you hit it with a mallet, they break off, and then you don't get stuck with trying to spin the nut off the tie rod, and it's moving with the tie rod in here. So here are some of the issues we were having, you guys. So right here, we were getting a lot of rubbing. You could even see my boot. It's not worn down, but it was definitely rubbing here. The stance of the control of the strut is not like great. And then also, you can see up here, the top of the control arm is basically resting on the top here, so it's already at its maximum limit. So we're gonna take that off now. Up there on the control arm right here, and they don't come through the inside of the strut tower here, which I'll give it a try just so you guys can see actually. I need to get one of those 1/2 inch Milwaukee impact ratchets. be lovely. I still think he's gone pretty tight, so it's not that easy to get him off. But I just want to show you guys. So we'll go ahead and remove these, and then I'm going to loosen. Alright, so now that we got those loosened, I'm going to loosen the lower ball joint. And again, remember to try and get it all the way at the bottom before you start smacking it. This one is a 19 millimeter. Very small, which is awkward too. It's kind of weird. I don't know how that would work, huh? It's freaking hot, you guys. Like bad. Like my arms are full of sweat. And my nose is running because of my allergies, so that doesn't help. So I'm going to put it like right about there. It's pretty much all the way to the bottom, loose and everything, so. Took about 10. Also at this point, I am I'm going to go ahead and put a jack on the very bottom ball joint here, just to give it some support here while I take off the other stuff, and just to keep it so it doesn't just drop all of a sudden on me. Alright, you guys, hopefully you can see right here. So I started pushing the bolts out. They go inward, so they go, this one goes in, and then this one goes in the opposite way, so they hit the strut right here. You want to make sure you take these off. These are going to be due with your alignment. Make sure you put them in the right way. Now let's see if we can get it out, which I doubt, but we're going to go ahead and try. As you can see, they hit right here. I'm always able to get the outside one. Out. It slides right in between. But not the back one. Got a little pry bar here, just to pull it in. Push it out the rest of the way. Now we can disconnect it all the way from the upper ball joint. Let it drop a little bit more. Make sure you have that jack under there. That way you're going to have more play. And you can get this one out. Let's see if we can get the opposite side out. Hopefully I won't have to take out the whole strut, but that's what I had to do on the other side, so we're going to see right now how bad this one is, which we might not have to, thank God. I think this job was supposed to take a minimum of, what was it, 4 hours for both sides. It did take me 2 hours to do that side, so I mean that is kind of right, and this was, oh thank God. We got away with it, you guys. So here's this. This one's out. Sorry, you guys, I forgot to give you a close-up of the control arms. So these are the new control arms. I already greased them up. They come with the bushings out, a little sleeve, grease fittings, KSB right here with a little boot, but I took it off to put the grease on. So as you could tell the difference from the stock, how much higher the ball joint is sitting, and this one's just kind of pretty much angled and flat down. My battery's gonna die, you guys. I'm gonna swap it out real quick. We'll get back so you guys can tell and see how the difference is. Here's a closer look at them, you guys. So you could see how high of a difference the ball joint is on this one versus the stock one. It's way longer and it actually sits up way higher. And then as you can see right here, it's hard to picture it on camera, but it has like a upward slope to it, and these ones are just straight. Definitely looks good. So this is the brand. For those of you that might want to check these out, I'm going to show you guys as soon as it focuses. Brand is kind of hard to see. KSP, there you see it. They were around $250, I believe, everywhere you look. Make sure that your control arms, these are the, what is it? There's 3 different ones. Make sure you guys get the right option. If anything, just look up like 2017 Silverado, different types of upper control arms, and it'll show you which ones you have. I believe there's steel, cast iron, and aluminum. I believe these were the cast iron or cast steel, something like that. I'll go back and I'll show you guys. If not, I'll tag it in the video here. But with the cap on, they're already greased up, so let's put this bad boy in. We're not wasting no time today. I like to get a grease wheel and put these in through here. Make sure they get clean because there's already grease in here and all kinds of crud. Make sure you got some safety goggles on. Nothing crazy. And this also helps so the control arm slides in properly. And we're gonna grab this. Oh yeah, and then from tightening it, heads up, you guys might have to do this because when you tighten it really bad, it tends to go in a little bit. So it's kind of a really tight squeeze, especially with those new bushings. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. You don't need to bend the crap out of them. But in that way, when you put this in here, should bend or it should slide easier. Here, let me do it on the ends. I think I did that on the other one too. Now it should be perfect. There we go. I'm going to use my pry bar just to kind of push it down because it's going too far up. Now you can pull it up and then push it in. You're going to want to put these bolts, so going outwards from the strut. Trying to find if it's centered with the hole. There we go. quick tip: when you get to this step, I recommend just moving the strut. It saves you a lot of time trying to figure out how to get this side that's closer to the back of the truck in. If not, I would recommend putting this one in first and then the one that's very up front by the bumper. That's the only way. You're gonna have to maneuver it through the springs. It's a little bit of a hassle, but we got it. So now that you got those on, you could put the other side on we use for the alignment. And like how I said, you want to make sure that there's a little hole right here, and it goes on a little nipple that's sticking out right here. So you want to make sure that's aligned. You might have to turn these up a couple of times and twist it down so it goes in where it's supposed to be too. And then that'll allow you to twist it a little bit to where you need it to go. And also I recommend putting some blue Loctite on these, close to what they should be. When they're getting just a little tight early, so you don't have them falling off when you start putting the rest of this stuff together. Alright. Up next, I'm gonna tighten up this one because I loosened it up. The one for the strut here. Here's where the boot was rubbing, y'all. Right there. And something was rubbing over there. Maybe the tie rod, I don't know. Now, this is the part that's a little hard because you're going to have to manhandle this bag this way. Put the tie rod on if you like, just to hold everything. A little bit there. Now you can put the control arm on. And again, we're gonna put some blue Loctite on this. Pretty decent amount. And it comes with these new bolts and a new washer. It's not the same thread size, so put those on so it's holding on at least. And I'm going to just put these back on just so we don't have them hanging. There's a little cover right here where this screw is going to go. And that also comes with the new washer and a new little nut there. And it's still a 10 millimeter. And just to let you guys know, I'm sorry about the horrible quality probably this might bring, but I decided to make a video of it last minute, and it's late. It's probably like 9 o'clock now. And this is what I'm doing on a Wednesday night. So if you guys could subscribe to the channel so I won't have to go to work and I can just make videos full time, that would be great. Tighten this ball joint in the bottom on this right, so I am going to tighten everything up now. Just make sure everything is greased. The only thing I'm going to do right now is grease up my tie rod ends on both sides, which I have not done. And then we are going to be set. And just so you guys know, as of right now, before taking it to the alignment, the truck did go up an inch, which it definitely should have been lifted more with the leveling kit, but since it was at its maximum reach with the old control arm, obviously it wasn't going to be at its max of what it should have been. So I definitely recommend getting both together. That way everything sits how it should from the beginning, and you don't have a ball joint issue or a CV axle boot issue and stuff like that, you know? That way you can save yourself the headache and be done with it. But sometimes I don't learn until I try to do it the cheap route, and it ends up costing me. And I'm running 35-inch tires now. When I first got these, they were 33s, which it did not rub. It was very minimal with the stock control arms, but I got 35s and it's been a little bit rougher. So that was another reason why I decided I need to hurry up and change these out. And at this point, the lower tie rod here is spinning out, so I'm gonna need to put pressure on it or tighten it with the bottom, or hold the tie rod in while tightening it. There we go. Alright, now we're just gonna tighten up the upper control arms and grease the tie rods, and we are all done. Alright, they're on there with the impact. They should be good, and I'll tighten them down by hand. Make sure you get your jack stand out. Alright, you guys, there you have it. They're all said and done. The tire before used to sit like this, literally, and the alignment was terrible no matter what shop I got it aligned at. Now they actually match the back tires, as you guys can see. So check that out. That's the stance. It's evened out with the back, just where it should be. Before, the top of the tire was inward quite a bit. So, but yeah, you guys, there she is. I'm sure it's going to take a little bit before it settled. It definitely gave it like a little bit over an inch of height. I guarantee you it'll still stay at least half an inch once everything settles, hopefully more. And now it actually looks a little bit higher than the back, which as it should be. So the back has a 2-inch lift. It was a 3-inch and then a 2-inch in the back. So that's what it was supposed to be with the spacers. Now with the control arms, it actually looks the par. So we are good to go, you guys. I'll go ahead and show you guys a video tomorrow in the daytime of what it looks like, and a better shot of the control arms before I end the video here. But they're in, you guys. Alright, you guys, here we are next day. Everything is all put together. You get on the other side where there's shade. First there's no light, and now there's too much brightness. So there we are. You can see them in there now. Like how I said, the toughest part was here. These bolts, getting them in without having to remove this is a pain in the ass. You might as well remove it and then put the bolts on first so you can not have to mess with trying to get them around the springs and or the coils there, because it's hard to get them through to push them out. And if you do it with that still in there, I recommend doing the back one with the one that's more towards the front. Make sure you grease up everything. Has a nicer stance though. The top used to be more in, and the bottom was definitely more out, more in also. And I do see a little bit of a difference, maybe like a inch at least there. I think it went up like a inch and a half or inch and a quarter, and with, you know, with it adjusting and everything, it's probably gonna go down just a little bit. But there she is, you guys. It's a little bright still, but I think it looks pretty good. Next, we're gonna go ahead and put the spacers on the transfer case, so we can fix also that CV axle droop after adding the leveling kit and the control arms. It's much better now than what it was, but you can see the boot is still almost touching that lower control arm. I don't think it's necessarily gonna fix that, but it'll definitely fix it from, I don't know if you guys can see up there, right there, it's still not sitting, you know, that great. So we're gonna try and fix that. So there you guys have it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this video helped you guys out and gave you guys a little bit of the insight if you guys are getting those KSP's control arms for your guys' Silverados. I know they make them for the Tahoes too. Like how I said before, you buy them, definitely make sure you guys got the right control arm setup, because there is different ones. Just to make sure, let me see if I could search it up. So all you got to do is to figure out what control arms you have. Like what I did is I just put 2017 Silverado upper control arms. Mine were the two-piece stamped upper control arms. Then there's aluminum, and then there's one-piece cast. So if you guys need help, see if it'll zoom in and adjust. Pause it right there. And then when you go to look for your control arms, when you look it up, it's going to tell you. Alright, there we go. So, but when you go to look it up, it's going to tell you only used for, I think, if it's the two stamp steel control arms, like mine, there's literally only a couple of versions of these. But if it's the aluminum or the one piece, you should be in luck, and I believe they're actually cheaper. So there's that for you guys. I believe it's mine because it's a 4x4 also. But yeah, you guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And you guys will be seeing that video of those spacers that we're going to put on the bottom. It's like another kind of like leveling kit for the transfer case, so it's not out of whack, out of adjustment there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you guys enjoyed and gave you some insight on the KSPs. Nice little review for them. I'll probably do a review in a year or so and see how they're holding up. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace, y'all.